lines against cartels and foreign terrorist organizations while fighting the horrors of illegal drug and human trafficking. I was just in Poland this morning and arrived back not even 2 hours ago. And you have the respect of the entire world of law enforcement around this world. They respect all of you so much. Thank you for making all of us so proud on the worldwide stage. President Trump's Justice Department will do everything to protect you and to support all men and women who wear the badge in this country. We are fully committed to ensuring our local law enforcement officers have access to the resources, tools, and manpower you need to do your jobs. That means boosting recruitment and retention. We want the best and brightest to join your ranks just like you, and we want them to stay in your ranks. Last month, we announced $57 million in grant money available for law enforcement agencies to hire police officers. Through this funding, we anticipate nearly 1,200 new officers will be hired around the country. We're helping to pay for police officers' overtime and supporting President Trump's no tax on overtime. We've also made millions of dollars available for mental health and wellness programs for you around this country. We know how important that is. We're aggressively prosecuting criminals who assault law enforcement officers. We will not tolerate attacks on police officers. Since January, the department has brought 138 cases in 33 states against defendants who have assaulted our officers. Additionally, the DOJ will no longer target police departments with bogus lawsuits and bogus investigations. We are dismissing lawsuits filed by the Biden DOJ against police departments in Louisville, Minneapolis, Albuquerque, and more. We're ending meritless investigations into Phoenix, Trenton, New York City, Oklahoma, and elsewhere. We're also ending consent decrees that take control away from you, destroy morale, and increase violence. Instead, we're working with local law enforcement to give you the tools that you need to make our streets safer. We believe in backing the blue, not just in word, but in action. The Biden administration slandered you, defunded you, and undermined your service. But we stand with you, we honor you, and we will not abandon you. Thank you on behalf of President Trump, the Department of Justice. We are 100% committed to standing with our nation's law enforcement. God bless you and God bless America.
Thank you. Thanks, Pam.
Mr. President, first, thank you. Thank you for not only your support for law enforcement as the 45th president, but also your support as the 47th president and all the years in between. You've always been a steadfast supporter of the Fraternal Order Police and law enforcement across this country. I want you to know on behalf of our nearly 400,000 members, we appreciate all that you do for us. With us today is the members of our executive board. We also have members of FOP unions in major cities across this country, which have some very serious problems that we're working with, and we appreciate the opportunity to share with you some of our views and work together on this. You know, you made a promise to us, and I want to start by saying this. You made a promise that you were going to address overtime, tax on overtime, and that was a promise made in a new big bill. One big new bill is certainly making good on that promise. We thank you for that. You know, law enforcement officers, we find ourselves in a very difficult position where we're having a serious problem with recruiting retention, as you pointed out. The problem is the people who are working right now are working so many hours and they're forced to work overtime, and now they have the tax liabilities that are associated with being pushed into different tax brackets because of being forced to work. Not only that, they're not getting to keep the money they earn. So you, in a recruiting and retention standpoint, you show appreciation for what we do, recognize what we do in the community, and I want you to know that we're proud to support the bill. This is something that needs to be happening. A promise that you made, and we appreciate you carrying through with it, and know that we're a partner in it. You also made a number of other promises to us, and promises made that we appreciate. And I want to start with one of our first people I'd like to recognize. You promised, and here we're on our nation's capital, revitalizing the city and making it safe again. And no one knows that better than the person who lives it every day and leads the officers in the Metropolitan Police Department and our labor union, and Greg Pemberton. And I'll ask Greg to say a few words.
Thank you, Pat, and thank you, Mr. President, for having us. My name is Greg Pemberton. I represent 3,000 police officers that work here for the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. The crisis that we're facing, which frankly is more of a calamity, is a staffing crisis. We are authorized to have 4,000 sworn police officers here in the nation's capital. Unfortunately, as of today, we only have 3,190. Over 800 vacancies that we have here for this Metropolitan Police Department. And the worst part is that over the past 5 years, we've had a net loss of 600 police officers who've just left this agency in a mass exodus. And the reason for that is that our city council here in the District of Columbia has passed layers and layers and layers of legislation that prohibits our officers from being able to do their job. It exposes our members to administrative, civil, and even criminal liability, even when they go out and do their job properly. It has also stripped our members of their labor protections to fight off these frivolous complaints and these erroneous allegations of misconduct. It all makes for an environment that is almost impossible to keep these staffing levels what they need to be. Frankly, Mr. President, I think the nation's capital, the District of Columbia, is not just a city of 700,000 residents. This is the nation's capital, and it belongs to everybody. It belongs to every American. It should be a safe city. It should be a pinnacle of American society. It should represent the freedom and democracy that we all cherish so much. And anybody should be free to come here and experience that and see what it is that we are here in this country. And the sanctity and safety of the District of Columbia shouldn't be left in the hands of a city council that subscribes to these radical ideologies that we all know are failed, and that we have the empirical data that it doesn't work. It only increases crime and makes cities more dangerous. I want to thank you for creating the Make D.C. Safe and Beautiful task force. I've met with Orville Green. I find him to be phenomenally qualified to help us out of this mess. I also want to thank you for the appointment of Janine Pirro for the USAO position of D.C. I met with her recently, and I found her plan to solve and tackle a number of these problems very promising and very optimistic. So the 3,000 police officers stand at the ready, Mr. President, to help you make D.C. great again, and hopefully we can solve some of these problems and fix crime here in the nation's capital.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, it's the topic of the day, pretty much every day now, is the unmitigated disaster that has created in cities across this country with the open borders. And all the problems that it has done for quality of life, it's done for our safety within our community, safety of the officers that work in the communities, and you've been a great advocate of putting us back together. And I'll ask our Vice President Joe Grimaldi to touch on.
President Trump, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't start by saying thank you. Thank you for the incredible efforts by you and your administration to deport these people who have come to our country illegally and then refuse to follow the very laws that we hold so sacred. Our officers, especially in sanctuary cities, are tired of arresting the same people over and over again who never should have been here in the first place. We have lost friends, co-workers, unimaginable trauma to American citizens and families. And the most frustrating part from a law enforcement perspective, what it was 100% avoidable. And now we have judges who are standing up for gang members, murderers, robbers, rapists, blocking deportations, obstructing the very will of the American people. It's a disgrace. And if they had a shred of integrity, which I assume they don't, they would resign in shame for what they're doing right now. But I would just ask that you continue to work with us, continue to support with us so that we can partner with all of our great federal agencies out there, continue to carry out this mission. And again, thank you for securing the border and once again making our country one of law and order.
Thank you very much. Very nice.
Yes.
We're going to have a little discussion now, very private. And I just want to thank you all for being here. And thank you very much, media. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, any response to Elon Musk claiming about the Epstein files?
Nice to see you.
The importance there of protecting our peace officers, as you heard from the...
What's up, hooligans? Happy freedom to you. I'm obviously going to have to shut this fan off. Oh, well. Either way, thank you guys for showing up to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. That was President Trump, and I was late, so we missed half of it. My bad. It happens. Either way, we're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we'll go ahead and get into things. Let me cut this off. All right. There is so much crap going on, plus Elon is going off on X right now. He's totally saying the worst of the worst about President Trump. Either way, before we get any further, I want to give a huge shout out to Edward. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Edward. I really appreciate all the support. We're going to be starting off with... Why can't I fucking talk today? We're going to be starting off with a video titled Trump Announces Travel Ban Affecting 12 Countries, set to go into effect June 9th. A lot of people are pointing out the fact that he's not doing any ban or restrictions against Egypt, where that individual is from that did the firebombing over in Colorado. Then we got video titled Woman Says Sean Diddy Combs Held Her Over a Balcony at Cassie's Home. Just more display of Diddy being a bad person, still not proven human trafficking. Then we got video titled Hakeem Jeffries Disregards ICE Agents' Safety. They're talking about doxing ICE agents. They're saying that the identity of these ICE agents doing their job needs to be exposed. And so, I don't know, I'm sure nobody will be held accountable for that, but either way. Then we got video titled Joe Biden's doctor will receive a subpoena tomorrow, says James Comer. They're claiming they're going to do this auto pen investigation, but still have yet to hear anything about some accountability, consequences for these actions. Haven't heard anything about that. Then we got video from Bongino. I think it's also Glenn Beck. It's titled Bongino Reveals Shocking Info on Epstein Video. It's not that shocking, but either way, it's an update with Bongino. Then we got video titled Reverse Discrimination, which is just regular discrimination. Supreme Court rules in favor of straight woman in employment case. Apparently they can discriminate against you for being straight. Then we got video titled Elon Musk, without me, Trump would have lost the election. President Trump and Elon Musk are feuding right now. They're going back and forth. We have a video that's going to talk about everything was said earlier today. And then Elon just said moments ago that the reason that President Trump did not release the Epstein list is because he's on it. So it's not going very well between President Trump and Elon Musk. They are feuding hardcore. Then we got video titled Manhunt Intensifies for Father Suspected of Killing His 3 Daughters. That's just a crazy, sad story. Then the last little bit of the news is Lefties Losing It. This one's titled CNN Host Called Out for Misleading the Audience. You know, that happens over there. Then we got an unboxing of sorts. Now I got something from Meta. And then we will be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. We're getting down to it. I think we only got 2 doors left. Then we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled Don't Defend Them. And then our official funny video of the day is titled Phrasing. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat really quick, see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Jay Spray? What's up, Matt Rogers? What's up, Silver Wolf? What's up, Russell? What's up, 10 Man? Happy Freedom. What's up, Snooks? Happy Freedom to you, hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? I am not sure who was first today, but we're going to say it was Too Old to Care. Appreciate you racing to the chat, Too Old. Let's see. What's up, Neighbor Guy? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Metal Mouth? What's up, Sage Pup? What's up, Shroomish? Happy Freedom. What's up, Rappy? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy Freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy Freedom. What's up, Jeffro? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Free Thigga Texan? What's up, Kevin? Happy Freedom. What's up, Giggling Spy? I'm not going to be able to talk today. What is up, Giggling Spy? Appreciate you sliding through. What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Disco? Happy Freedom to you. Make sure we get everybody. Don't forget, hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Cashflow? Happy Freedom to you. I'm done with Elon. He's a snake. Yeah, he's going off on X. I'm wondering what else he has to say. What's up, Shauna Vision? What's up, Contempt? What is up, everyone over on Twitch? Happy Freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Crazy Times? Happy Freedom to you. Make sure we get everybody. And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? Matt Rogers, you were first over here. You were truly omnipresent. What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Teasel? Neighbor Guy, you were truly omnipresent as well. What's up, Jerry? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Cam? What's up, Shanti? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Now What It Seems? What's up, Skulls? What's up, Bunny Rabbit? Happy Freedom to you, hooligans. I think we got everybody. You guys are welcome. Hit that like button as well. And what is up, everyone over on X? What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, let's go ahead and get into things. I'm going to cut this fan off. It's probably blowing all into the mic and like not in a sexy way. Either way, this first one's titled Trump announces travel ban affecting 12 countries set to go into effect June 9th. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, that we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we've made steel tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the I'm an American and I do not comply t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chat while we're watching this first video. Let me get this pulled up. And unmuted. Okay, let's do the thing. Anyways, let's get this rolling.
President Trump reviving one of his most controversial orders from his first term, issuing travel bans and restrictions on 19 countries. The White House says the countries lack proper vetting, fail to share identity and threat information, or exhibit high visa overstay rates.
We don't want to have other bad people coming into our country, but using the word bad, I'm being nice.
The travel ban mostly affects people from the Middle East and Africa. It includes Afghanistan, Burma, also known as Myanmar, Chad, the Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. The partial travel restrictions affect people from Cuba, Venezuela, Sierra Leone, Togo, Burundi, Turkmenistan, and Laos. Travelers from those countries will not be able to come to the U.S. permanently or get student or tourist visas. Trump escalating his immigration crackdown in part because of the attack in Boulder, Colorado. The suspect charged in that case overstayed his visa, but his home country of Egypt is not on the list.
Egypt has been a country that we deal with very closely. They have things under control. The countries that we have don't have things under control. And why now? I can say that it can't come soon enough, frankly. We want to keep bad people out of our country.
Democrats responding, Congressman Adam Schiff says the ban will not improve national security, posting online, bigotry is not a national security strategy. President Trump says the list can be revised if countries make improvements and more countries can be added if threats emerge. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Okay. I don't know. I don't really have a problem with the travel ban. Doesn't matter to me. Not at all. Of course, Shifty Shift, he says it's just being a bigot. The Orange Eagle's a bigot. And that's the whole story. Either way, let's see what we got next. Woman says Sean Diddy Combs held her over the balcony at Cassie's home. This is obviously a follow-up on the Diddy trial. They have yet to prove any human trafficking. They prove pretty completely that Diddy's a bad person, but we already knew that. So, I don't know. I feel like he's going to get something. They're going to give him something, but unless they have some real damning evidence coming up, they're not going to get him on human trafficking, and chances are he'll throw some doll hairs and be out of there, but we'll see how it goes. Either way, first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this travel ban affecting 12 countries, not including the one that the Colorado attacker was from. I don't know that that's really a big deal. I kind of feel like they're just saying that, being semantics, how the lefties go. Kind of like they're doing the stupid taco thing right now. So they're saying, oh, well, we got attacked one time by some asshole that was born in Egypt. We should just ban Egypt, but we didn't ban Egypt. So, Trump never follows through. I feel like that's all they're doing. They're just acting like assholes. Either way, reading through the chat. Yeah, drop this link first. Holy, I'm all over the place. What's up, Debo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sapphire Patriot? Happy freedom to you. WrestleMania. North Korea would be better than Flint. I mean, the water might be. It's hard to say. Silver Wolf, I don't travel. Well, it's about them coming here. I don't think it's about us going there. Russell. Deport is the word of the day. Oh. Why did I... Hold on, let me see. Because I did see there was a bunch of people who got deported. but I don't think I added it to the schedule. I'm not sure why. Oh well, I'll have to look into it in a second. Jeffro, travel ban is not a big deal, same as before, to protect us from crazy bombers, but there's also restrictions in places for other countries as well. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal either. But, you know, they got to call him a bigot. I'm surprised that they stopped calling him Hitler. I mean, I knew that they were doing that just for the election and stuff, but I'm kind of surprised that they haven't continued to do that. They must be worried about a little lawfare. What's up, Information Warlord? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, best not to worry about Elon and Trump. They'll be fine. Well, Elon is making it very public. I mean, Trump is kind of too, but Elon's going off right now. Free the Texan, it's not going to turn out good if Trump and Elon keep feuding. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think about the whole thing. Elon is saying he's making crazy allegations, and so I don't know if this is going to turn into like lawsuits or what. What's up, Hypernova? Happy freedom to you. Sapphire Patriot, I don't think I'll be traveling to Iran anytime soon. Yeah, I've never heard anybody having a good time out there. I've never had anybody say, yeah, I'm going out to Afghanistan this weekend. Like, nah, nobody wants to do that. What's up, Name of? Happy freedom to you. Appreciate you being here. Jerry, if Trump is with the kids, I'm going to be pissed. Well, I really wonder what Elon's got to, what else he's got to say, because making that claim that President Trump is on the Epstein list and that's why the Epstein list hasn't come out, that is a pretty crazy thing to say. So it makes me wonder if he's going to back that up or what. What's up, Itchy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sweet Texas? Happy freedom to you. Now Elon's acting like a child. He wants Trump impeached. Are you kidding me? He's acting like a, I don't know what that is. A petulant child, maybe? I'm sure he's just stoned again. See, and I was kind of thinking that too, that it kind of sucks that they were accusing Elon of being on drugs and they were trying to downplay it at the same time that Elon was leaving the White House. Now Trump and Elon are not getting along and Elon is acting radical. He's being radical right now, which is kind of the same behavior you see out of people who are on drugs. And so, I don't know. I don't know. Like, what happened? As far as I know, nothing happened between yesterday and today, so how come yesterday everything was fine and today he's saying bad stuff about Trump? What's up, Bill? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Toy Mafia? I don't know why I can't read today. I can't read, I can't talk, I'm having a problem. Sweet Texas, I appreciate you trying to spell it out for me. If I could read, it'd make my job easier. 10 man, Trump's not the only president on the list. I bet you're right. I'm really interested to see if like Elon's gonna pull receipts or something. That'd be so crazy. They'd probably say it was a security problem or something and then go arrest Elon. What's up, Fitzy? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, I still miss the old background. Well, we'll probably be changing it up pretty soon. We change things every once in a while. Jeff Rowe, Elon Trump is just another way to distract us from the real news, I believe. I've seen a couple people saying that too. I just think the Epstein claim is a little wild. I was thinking it was a distraction, and then he said that, and then I was like, oh, maybe he's actually been out of shape. I'm not sure. Either way, we're going to get into this next video. Like I said, this is a follow-up. This is titled, Woman Says Sean Diddy Combs Held Her Over a Balcony at Cassie's Home. I don't know. Just continuing to prove that Diddy's a bad person. Haven't proved human trafficking yet. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
There was more shocking testimony in the sex trafficking and racketeering trial of Sean Combs. Former graphic designer for the hip-hop mogul told jurors Combs once held her over the 17th floor balcony of his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura's home. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges against him. CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman joins us from outside the courthouse once again with more. Good morning, Katrina. Give us some details on this alleged assault and explain what else jurors heard from yesterday.
Good morning, Errol. So what Brianna Bongino said is that she was sleeping in Cassie Ventura's apartment when Combs came. It was a very early hour of the morning. Her girlfriend was there as well, she testified, and she hid her in the bathroom and told her to be quiet. She said that she then went out on the balcony and tried to act casual as Combs came into the apartment and ended up attacking her, lifting her up over this balcony. She said that her feet were on the railing of this 17th story balcony. He then threw her onto the furniture there, and she said that Cassie Ventura saw this from the doorway. She later ended up with this large bruise on the back of her leg that we saw, neck and back pain, and she said that she was too scared to report this, though. She also told us that a few days later, she got a FaceTime call from someone on Combs' team, and she told him that she didn't want to have any problems with him. And this is significant because the whole thrust of this racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking charge is that people who were working with Sean Combs were complicit in trying to cover up his criminal activity. We also heard yesterday from Frank Piazza. He is a forensic video expert, and he was going over this now infamous footage that we've seen from the Intercontinental Hotel where Combs is attacking Cassie Ventura. You see him drag her to the ground, kick her. And what this expert was there to do was to talk about the veracity of this footage, because that footage was also obtained by Sean Combs. What was supposed to be the only copy was sold to him by a security officer from that hotel for $100,000. And this is a key piece of evidence for this trial, Errol. So Combs' team has been trying to say that it's out of sequence. There's some weird stuff with the time codes and parts where it glitches. And so he was really important to say this is an accurate depiction of what happened at that hotel.
All right, we'll keep listening for more. Katrina Kaufman outside the courthouse here in New York. Thank you.
Okay. Proving Diddy's a bad person. I mean, I don't know how many times they're going to prove that. It's like they just lined up a bunch of bitter people. Like, I don't necessarily feel bad for these people because people get in where they fit in. They hang out where they feel welcome, right? So they're probably doing bad stuff. That's why they're going to a bad person's house to go do bad stuff together. So when they're being held over a balcony and all that, it's like, well, that's how it goes. You hang out with shit people, you have a shitty time. That's how you play the game. I was just thinking that there would be more damning evidence. We haven't heard anything too crazy about Diddy since the raid happened. They found baby oil, and supposedly there was a dude locked in the basement like an animal and all kinds of shit. And all we're getting is bitter ex-girlfriends and business partners and stuff like that are just coming out, and they're like, oh, Diddy's a bad guy. Yeah, well, shit, I've never been to his house, and I knew that. Anyways, next up, Hakeem Jeffries disregards ICE agents' safety, calling out saying that they need to expose the identity of these ICE agents that are just doing their job and doing what they're supposed to do. But what do you guys call him? Timu Obama. Timu Obama, he thinks that we need to dox ICE agents. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this update on the Diddy trial. Silver Wolf, Elon's been bitten by the woke virus. He is lost. I don't know if he's woke. I don't know. Well, I don't think so, considering what his offspring is doing. His offspring just had a video go viral for like interpretive dancing. I don't know what it was doing, flailing around on the ground. But Elon's definitely pissed about something. I'm not sure what it is specifically, because like I was saying, what happened between yesterday and today? But I don't know. We'll see. We do got, like I said, we got a video about Elon and President Trump not getting along. And then right when I got the list finish up, Elon had said stuff about Trump being on the Epstein list And there's more stuff being said. I just checked on X while that video was playing, and Elon's still going off. Apparently, he just suggested that Trump needs to be impeached and all this stuff. I don't know. Either way, let me see. Like I said, we got Hakeem Jeffries disregarding ICE agent safety coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat. Snugs, Elon is mad and having a hissy fit because Trump said no to him. Well, I think Trump is talking about cutting off his subsidies or whatever for building electric vehicles, and that's how Elon makes most of his money, is getting money from government grants. All of his endeavors don't really make money. They kind of blow the money they make and then some. So a lot of the, and this is just what I've read. I mean, I don't know. I'm not his accountant, but I've read that most of the money he gets is from government grants. That's where his profit comes from. And I think that's what Trump is talking about taking away his grants, which is like saying he's going to take away his income, basically. And so now that his income is being threatened, maybe that's why he's pissed off. Tin Man, you think Elon has the power to destroy Trump? He might have stuff on him. You never know. They were hanging out a lot this last year. Shumish, I'm starting to think that Trump gave Elon the black eye. It could be. What I think is really weird is that Trump acted like he didn't know that Elon had a black eye. He said he didn't even notice. But then he put out a statement saying he offered Elon makeup or something to cover up the black eye, and Elon said no. And so, like, I don't know. Those both can't be true. Both those statements cannot be true. Kevin, I wish I was in politics. I'd be cutting wrestling promos on these Dems. Yeah, well, it'd be all too easy. They're all about being violent. What's up, Rolling Pony? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. Thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate the compliment. What's up, Mike T? Happy freedom. What is your name? M. Levy? Happy freedom, M. Levy. Debo, Bill was there for sure. Yeah. Bill Clinton address is on our 404 error page on the website. It depends on where you are, but in certain areas, if you hit the 404 page, it's Bill Clinton address. There's all kinds of fun stuff like that on the website. Kevin, Elon joined the Illuminati. Well, I wouldn't be surprised about that at all, because Elon goes to the gala all the time. Those wealthy people dinners and whatnot. And I've always said that. Elon is very interesting, but I don't really trust Elon. He talks bad about Democrats and then he goes and hangs out with them. So, I don't know. Tin Man, if Trump's on the list, it's over for him. Yeah, I think you're right. Everybody is claiming they want to know who's on the Epstein client list. They want people to be held accountable. And I wonder how many people would still feel that way if they realized that Trump was on it. I know a lot of people would still feel that way, but I know some people are heavy followers, and they would make excuses for Trump being on the client list and stuff like that. So I don't know. For the Texan, if Trump is really on the list, I'll leave MAGA. Yeah, there's a lot of people that would turn away from Trump, but I know that there's people who wouldn't. There's people who would make excuses. So, Wolf, I feel so used. Well, it's not time to get angry or make any decisions right now. It's just Elon and Trump talking shit to each other. But it was pretty shocking to see Elon say that about Trump. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. Contempt. Many people are on the list. If you think about it like this, many people share planes and trips for meetings. We're talking about the client list. We're not talking about the flight list. We already know that Trump's on the flight list. but a lot of people were on the plane. And as far as we know, Trump never went to the island. We know he was on the plane, but he wasn't on the plane as a trip to the island. Elon's talking about being a client. He's not talking about just being on the flight log. He's talking about being a client. Like, Elon basically just called Trump a pedophile on X. That's basically what just happened. What's up, Nicole? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tube Steak? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Captain Seamus? Happy freedom. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Edward. I'll check it out, Edward. All right, like I said, this next one, we got Timu Obama. That's Hakeem Jeffries disregarding ICE agent safety, saying basically they need to actively expose the ICE agents because they're doing their job, and the Democrats don't like that. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this polled up. Timu Obama saying we need to dox these ICE agents. Okay. Hold him accountable if anything bad happens to the ICE agents. How about that? Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Every single ICE agent who's engaged in this aggressive overreach and are trying to hide their identities from the American people will be unsuccessful in doing that. This is America. This is not the Soviet Union. We're not behind the Iron Curtain. This is not the 1930s. And every single one of them, no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, will of course be identified.
And you wonder why they lose. Tonight's red hot video, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries vowing to make public the identities of ICE agents involved in the deportation of illegal immigrants. This despite the fact that these agents are hiding their identities due to the increased threats they are under. Virginia, I mean, this.
Okay, Timu Obama there. Wanna dox ICE. I don't know. Surprised Fed boys don't, raid his house and stuff. That'd really get things kicked off. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I can't see how he could do that without legitimately putting them in danger. And if there's no accountability, then it's like him doing the act itself. And we know there's no accountability because we ain't seen it in a long time. I barely remember what it looks like anymore. I don't know. I don't know. Because Hakeem Jeffries came out and said that if federal agents laid a finger on any representative or member of Congress or anything like that, that they were going to find out. And then the subpoenas went out for the mayor of Newark, and those charges got dropped. But then the other one, LaMonica McIver, she's still facing charges and stuff, and nobody's found out yet. So I don't know if Hakeem Jeffries is actually going to dox these ICE agents, or if he's up there just yapping again, just yapping like he was when those people would try to breach that fence at the ICE detention center, and well, they went and tried to get themselves arrested, and then they were mad that they broke the law and almost got arrested. And then Hakeem Jeffries had to go out there, and try and fight on their behalf for being ignorant pieces of shit. I don't know. Like I said, people get in where they fit in, and so they're all a bunch of pieces of shit. Next up, Joe Biden's doctor will receive a subpoena tomorrow, says James Comer, talking about more things that aren't going to happen. Anyways, they're pushing this idea that they're going to actually investigate the auto pen, but I have yet to hear of any consequences. They're saying, oh, we're going to make these people testify. Oh, we're going to make these people give us statements. Oh, we're going to interview these people. And we're going to prove that Joe Biden was signing things without him actually knowing. It's like, that's great. What do you do about it? Nothing. Nobody's going to jail for this shit. Either way, that's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Hakeem Jeffries pretty much threatening ICE agents. The wish Obama. Yeah, Captain Seamus. Sub-Zero, happy freedom. Democrats defending the indefensible. Disgusting. Yep, they are disgusting. Russell, doxing ICE is not a good thing. Yeah, and like I'm saying, if something bad happens to ICE, any of these agents, because of them being doxed, like just being doxed in general should be Hakeem Jeffries' fault, because he just told the public that this is something that needs to be done. And so now if anybody doxes ICE, that should be his fault. And if anybody does something bad to ICE because their identity has been doxed, that should be his fault. But without accountability being here, who's going to make it his fault? Nobody. I don't know. It's a perpetual circle of bullshit. Jeffro, ICE agents are supposed to hide their identity if they're part of an undercover operation. Yeah. Tony Rez, the Dollar Tree Obama. Yeah. Metamouth, what Hakeem Jeffries doesn't realize is that they need to hide their faces for their own protection and that of their families. I wonder how much he would like if someone doxed his ass. Well, and that's the thing, is he doesn't want them to be safe. He wants bad things to happen to them because they're arresting the illegals and he wants to keep the illegals here, which is he should have to step down because of shit like that. Anybody that's an elected official, elected by the citizens of America, and they're standing up for illegals, they should be forced to step down. Like they're basically like pledging allegiance to another country. Like, I don't understand how they're not. They're sympathizing with people from outside of the country over the people who put them where they are. It doesn't make any sense. What's up, Energy Woman? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, Congress has immunity when they're on Capitol Hill. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. That's it seems like that should be like an exception for that. If Congress is on Capitol Hill and they're like, go out there and kill these kind of people, that should not be, there should not be immunity for that. I just, in my opinion, I don't think there should be immunity for that. So guess who? Happy freedom to you. Elon's just mad that more conservatives in the U.S. Senate want to limit SALT income tax dedications and cut bloating government contracts, which SpaceX and Tesla directly in tens of billions to his bottom line. Yeah, guess who? That's what I was just saying, is I think that what President Trump is talking about doing away with directly affects Elon's income. Contempt. Is the quote, I don't read it as mean he's on the client list. Well, everybody's known for years about the flight log. So Elon coming out saying he's dropping a bomb wouldn't mean he's talking about the flight log that's been out for 4 or 5 years. I mean, he's obviously, it's pretty obvious. What's up, Agent O? Happy freedom to you. Captain Seamus, Congress can say what they want when they're on the floor, but if they aren't actively working legislation like interviews, then no. Yeah, that's what they were saying about LaMonica. They were saying LaMonica was going to try and plead that she has immunity, but they were saying that she doesn't have immunity unless she's on Capitol Hill. For her to be in the parking lot at an ICE detention center trying to breach the fence, she's not covered by immunity, but her attorneys are still fighting to claim that she is, even though she's not. One day accountability will come back. It's inevitable. Anyways, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, this next one's Joe Biden's doctor will receive a subpoena tomorrow, says Representative James Comer. Now, these guys, Comer and Jim Jordan, are always making us promises, They never deliver on it. Once again, this is a follow-up on the AutoPen investigation. Claims of what they're going to do, yet I have for the third time, yet to hear of any accountability towards these people. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
This is Kevin O'Connor, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, the one that wrote in February 2024, right in the last year of the term, that Biden was healthy, active, and robust and remained fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency. Is there any possible way that this man believed what he wrote? Congressman James Comer joins us now. Your team spoke with the doctor that told us that Joe Biden was just fine. How did that phone call go?
Well, I'll be honest with you and make a long story short, Rob. It did not go well. It did not go as we intended. The doctor knew what the call was going to be about. They delayed a day or two, but we finally got our staff attorneys with his attorney on the phone. And at the end of the day, we made demands that he had to come in and answer questions. And they could refuse to do that. So I'm going to announce on your show tonight he will receive a subpoena tomorrow. Dr. O'Connor will be the first person to receive an official subpoena. We're serious about these people coming in. So now he's going to have to come in and do a full-blown deposition as opposed to a transcribed interview. The list expanded. We started with the 4 staffers and Dr. O'Connor. Now announced today also we're going to expand that to 5 more staffers that we believe played a role in the AutoPen, including Ron Klain, the former chief of staff. So this investigation's moving at a rapid pace by congressional investigation standards, and we expect to hear from these people in the next days and weeks.
Do you think that we should it get to the point where I feel like we need it almost needs to be like a position in government, the doctor that oversees the president, and it cannot be somebody with any kind of partisanship at all, and it's, and that goes on both sides. You got to be able to know whether or not these people, these men are capable of doing the job. And to me, it's just insane. There's no way that O'Connor actually believed what he was saying about Joe Biden. I mean, we're talking February 2024. Biden was a mess by then, and he's leading the country. Yeah. We got to figure out a way to take politics out of that process.
I think so, and I think you're also going to have to include the physician as someone who's going to have to disclose their finances, because if you'll remember, during the Biden influence peddling investigation, Dr. O'Connor's name popped up in the domestic scheme that Jim Biden had with Joe Biden on the failed company called AmeriCorps Health, where they were defrauding rural hospitals. So O'Connor had a financial interest in the Biden influence peddling schemes, and that could very possibly have played a role. I don't think the physician should be involved financially with the president, but at the very least, if the physician is, we need to know that, because again, he proudly displayed to America report after report that said Joe Biden was in tip-top fiscal condition. We now know he wasn't. No one in the liberal media is disputing that he was in rapid mental decline at a time when O'Connor continued to tell America and lie to America and say that he was in tip-top shape. So we've got a lot of questions. I'm very disappointed that the doctor refused to come in voluntarily, but he's going to receive a nice subpoena as a gift tomorrow.
Congressman Comer, good to see you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Everybody's reporting the same.
Okay. Comer, making promises. They're really going to investigate this AutoPen stuff. They're really going to do it. They're really serious about doing it. Yeah? What's going to happen? They do not tell you that. They don't go, yeah, people are going to go to jail. Yeah, we're going to charge people with treason over this. Yeah, we're going to make changes so this never happens again. Nope. They're just going to investigate it, and they're going to publicize it, and they're going to probably come out with a Netflix documentary and then some series that's based off of this happening, and they'll just make a bunch of money off of it, and we'll all forget about it. Maybe a Chinese spy balloon will float by or something stupid like that, and we'll forget that this ever happened. And it'll be another investigation in the books. Next up, Bongino reveals shocking info on Epstein video. I don't know why it's titled like that. It's not necessarily shocking info, but it is a follow-up with Bongino, getting some updates from him, what his plans are, what his thoughts, hopes, goals, and dreams are, and all of that. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat. See what you hooligans think about Joe Biden's doctor receiving a subpoena tomorrow. Also, I just checked on X. They're still fighting. They're still fighting. Let me see. Babylon B just posted this funny picture here. Trump firebombing the Tesla dealership. Babylon B. Very nice. Kept Seamus Autopen is a non-issue, just like Epstein's death. That isn't the part that matters. Right. Right. It's like they're deflecting. Snooks, I don't think the feud is fake at all. I saw it coming. I don't really know what to think. Him claiming that he's tied to Epstein makes me feel like it's not fake. I don't feel like he would say something like that if it wasn't fake. Because he could be charged with slander, which isn't a big deal for the richest man on the planet, but still, that's kind of a line he's crossing right there. Energy Woman, gotta love Babylon B. Yeah, what's funny is people on TikTok think Babylon B is real. I've seen so many times over the last year or two where people are quoting Babylon B as right-wing news and being totally pissed off about a title or an image or whatever, a headline of sorts, and just being out of their marbles because of it. It's like, I don't even know what to write in the comments when I see that. It's like, damn, you're too stupid for me to write anything clever in these comments because you're falling for satire. Sage Pup, what do you mean how to share something? I don't know what you mean, Sage Pup. You either use the URL or the share button. Fanatical Elon's villain arc has begun. Is that where we are in the timeline? I figured one day we'd see Elon become a super villain. You can only be a good guy for so long. Pumpkin, I have come to the conclusion that the investigation is the punishment, but it's not enough punishment. Yeah, I agree, Pumpkin. Because that is kind of how Comer was talking about it. He said, well, they could have just done an interview. Now they got to come in and do a whole deposition and be recorded and whatever. And it's like, questioning them about breaking the law is questioning them about breaking the law. Like, why are we splitting hairs on it? Should be worried about jail time. Rappy, I don't know much about Elon's dad either. We'll have to look it up. I've never heard anything about Elon's dad. What's up, James? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Space Baby? Happy freedom to you. Rolling Pony, I hate to say it, but Elon's dad is nuttier than a fruitcake. Really? Maybe that's why I've never heard about him. Maybe they're trying to kind of conceal Elon's dad. Snooks, just think of what Elon could do against Trump with AI. What do you mean, like making memes? He could make memes. What's up, Jennifer? Happy freedom to you. They're trying to make Elon a villain? I don't know. Elon is doing a pretty good job on his own. I'm doing everything I can not to pull up Elon right now because we have a video we're going to cover later on in the live. I'm trying not to make the whole live about Elon because, like I said, near the end we got a video about Elon. We're going to go over him talking about Trump being on the Epstein list, and we're going to just read through Elon's timeline pretty much because as moments go by, he is saying more and more crap against President Trump. He's full on turning against Trump right now as far as social media goes. Either way, let's move forward here. Like I said, this next one's Bongino. It's titled Bongino Reveals Shocking Info on Epstein Video, which is, it's a little embellished there. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program, over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble Hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go get yourself a membership over on Rumble. Let's get this polled up. Bongino. What is Bongino's nationality? I've never really thought that, but when I was watching this video, I was trying to figure it out. 253. We're not going to watch the whole thing because the whole thing is a bunch of, I don't know, I don't want to say, well, I can't talk about it because it's an open investigation, blah, blah. So we're going to watch a couple minutes of this. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
But for people like me, I'm one of them that wants answers to the Epstein file issue and what happened. Yeah. And I never knew there were 10,000 hours of tapes. And was it suicide? You said there's a tape, or JFK, RFK, MLK files. All of that is still coming, correct?
Yeah, JFK, we're done. The FBI's equities in that, we've already released that. RFK, I got to check back on that one. There is more coming on the Epstein files. Listen, I know this is a hot potato for folks. I totally understand. My comments were clear. I'm not paid for my opinions anymore. I work for the taxpayer now. I'm paid on evidence. That's it. The evidence we have in our files clearly indicates that it was, in fact, a suicide. We do have video. It's not the greatest video in the world. I don't want to set expectations on fire. However, the video does show in that specific block that he goes in, made a phone call. You'll see 12 hours of guards going to basically check on him, come back. You'll see no one really comes out in that bay, in that area, than him. There's no one in there. When you combine that with the other evidence we will be releasing in the coming weeks, we're still finalizing some of the products. I think it's pretty clear. However, as I've clearly indicated in some of my tweets on my official account, you know, listen, investigations, if new information surfaces in the future on any of these cases, we're always open. I'm just telling you, there's nothing there in the file at all that indicates anything other than, in fact, a suicide.
Let me ask you about, and again, a lightning round. Let's go quickly. COVID origins. Are we going to find out information that the government lied to us?
You're damn right you are. We're all over that. The minute I got in there in that job, I said, hey,
they
get everybody
purposely
in
lied to the American people. They purposely lied to us.
Yeah, listen, that's the one I'm the most optimistic about. I was pretty clear on my social media account that I ordered that case immediately to be looked into again. We have a great investigator on it, and I think we should see action on that one shortly.
Let me ask you about this. The prior FBI director, or directors, let's.
All right. So out of the 15-minute little interview there, that was the only little bit that was worth listening to. The rest of it is him just saying that he can't talk about it, he don't want to talk about it. There's details he can't talk about, and nothing. It's a bunch of nothing. Wasting your time for 10 minutes. But he did get to talk about the Epstein video and all that stuff. He's doubling down, saying that Epstein did kill himself. He's staying with that claim. He also claims that soon we will know more about the origins of COVID and whether or not the government intentionally lied to us about it. We already kind of know that stuff, so I guess we're just waiting on a confirmation that it came from China, the Wuhan lab, and that the government did lie to us about it. I guess come out and confirm that. That really doesn't matter that much, but whatever. Either way, next up we got reverse discrimination, which is the same thing as regular discrimination. Supreme Court rules in favor of straight woman in employee case. She was discriminated against for being straight. Nobody thought she was going to win, and she just did. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Bongino and this update, these claims he's making. 10-man Bongino has made himself look stupid a little bit. Yeah, he was talking about going in there and cracking things wide open, and then he showed up, and I mean, do you think that he gets paid extra for pretending to be Patriot Front every 6 weeks? Like, so it kind of seems like he showed up and he got right in line. So I don't know. The swamp is deep. It seems that that's the way it is. Russell can't talk about ongoing investigations. Yeah, but it still sucks to sit there for 10 minutes and listen to somebody say that over and over again. Russell Bongino's Italian. I was kind of thinking that, but his eyes kind of look, I don't know the politically correct way to say it. Slender? I don't know. I thought maybe he had some Asian in him or something like that, but either way. It's a Born to Eat Toast. Happy freedom to you. James, ever seen those straight pride movies? No, have not. Metalmouth, free the boobies. Where's Bobby? I don't think Bobby ever showed up when we were summoning him yesterday or the day before. You like that, Free the Texan? I was trying. Zero, you're summoning Bobby? Oh, all of you guys are summoning Bobby. You guys are awesome. Information Warlord, nothing in the file. Lawyer talk. Yeah, being real specific. Tony Rez, Team Busey. Gary Busey? Information Warlord, Elon's dad could be Gary Busey's brother. Oh, he's like that kind of nuts. That's interesting. Captain Seamus, Bongino, and Cash Patel both dug themselves a hole pretty deep. That's what I think too. I think they had good intentions going in, but when they got in, it reminds me of They Live. That old movie that you guys recommended to me. I've watched that movie like 8 times now. I love that movie. It feels so much like what we're watching. Like in the movie They Live, you know, he realizes that all the advertisement and stuff is propaganda, right? He puts on those shades and he can see through the bullshit, but he can also see like the elite. He can see their real face. And he's trying to figure out how to wake people up, kind of red pilling people and stuff. But near the end, he finds out that there's like intergalactic portals and there's like an outside of the world that we know, like a behind the scenes kind of thing, and kind of realizes that you can't fix the system. You're just not able to. It's bigger than all of us. And we just see such a small portion of life that you think you know shit. And as soon as you get in like the admin area, right, you get behind the scenes, you realize that shit is such a big orchestrated machine that there isn't anything you could do about it. You can either be held accountable for trying to break the system you are not capable of breaking, or you can get in line and play pretend like everybody else. And that's kind of how the movie is. Now, I don't remember exactly how it ends, but there's a big moment in the movie that's just like that. And that's what I feel like with these guys, is they think they know what's going on. They think they're going to get in here. They're going to shake things up. They're going to redo government. They're going to drain the swamp. And then they realize that the swamp is huge and there's no way to fix it. Because all the people who say they're going to fix it, they're a part of the fucking swamp too. And so they're just, what can they do? They can eat shit and end up as a self-deleted person on the news, or they can get in line and play along and be one of the characters in the swamp. And then you see them get all nice and dressed up and put that fake smile on, and you're like, oh, damn. They're not going to save us. They're not going to save us. They're now a part of the swamp. And that's what it really feels like. I've been sitting here waiting a long time to cover a story of accountability. I don't know if that day is coming. I don't know. Either way. Captain Seamus, yeah. I mean, that's what it feels like. Snook slitted? I don't think that's the proper... Zero squinty? You guys, this is not how you describe eyes. I don't know the right way to say it, but I'm pretty sure those are not the right terms. Man, it's a big club and you ain't in it. Yeah, exactly. Energy woman, and there is always another swamp creature, trained soldier ready to step up. Yep. For the text saying, oh, that's with Roddy Piper? Yeah. And I didn't know that guy was somebody special. I thought he was just like a pretty good main character, but apparently he was like a wrestler or something like that. What's up, Hat the Cat? Happy freedom to you. Joel DeCare, kind of like the Matrix? Yeah. Yep, kind of like the Matrix. What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom to you. Jeffro, big time wrestler. I can't say his name though. It's like Roddy Piper. It's like a tongue twister. I have a terrible time trying to say his name. What's up, DeRosa? Happy freedom to you. The bromance is over. Musk broke up with Trump. Yeah, you could tell Musk was the girlfriend. Because he's just going off. And he's over there. He's like, Trump's got a little orange wiener, and I didn't even like it. Like, he's over there just going off on X. We're going to be reading through it when we get past some of these other videos. UX, just a fake feud to save Tesla? I mean, it could be. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom to you. Jerry, a huge wrestler. See, let me make a reminder really quick. I gotta watch him actually wrestle. I've only seen him in They Live. Roddy Piper. And he was supposed to be like a infamous kind of character, right? He was like known to be rough around the edges, kind of like a bad guy kind of thing, kind of edgy or whatever. We were talking about it in a voice chat a couple months ago. My chat is stuck over on YouTube. Wayward AI files is what he was about to say. I thought I heard that too when Comer was talking. Not yet. So don't you like Tongue Twister? I've never played that game. Zero YouTube chat needs KY. Gotta just spit on it. They like it like that over there. Shroomish, he did blackface before it was cool. I have no idea what you're talking about. If I look up Roddy Piper, whatever his fucking name is, and I see blackface, we're canceling him. What's up, Pepperoni? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Laugh Out Play? Happy freedom to you. Comer's subpoena was released. He pulled out the subpoena. He stuck it right in her face, too. She liked it. Anyways, moving forward here, this next one, like I said, reverse discrimination, which is the same thing as regular discrimination. Supreme Court rules in favor of straight woman in employment case. Now, this is shocking. Sounds like we all get to file new lawsuits now. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
We have some breaking news for you on this Thursday morning as we are following some of the decisions that have been handed down by the Supreme Court. A unanimous decision today made it easier to bring lawsuits over so-called reverse discrimination, siding with an Ohio woman who claims she did not get a job and then was demoted because she was straight. The justice's decision affects lawsuits in 20 states and the District of Columbia, where up until now, courts had set a higher bar when members of a majority group, including those who are white and heterosexual, sue for discrimination under federal law. The court ruled in an appeal from Marlene Ames, who has worked for the Ohio Department of Youth Services for more than 20 years. Ames contends she was passed over for a promotion and then demoted because she is heterosexual. Both the job she sought and the one she had held were given to LGBTQ people. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 bars sex discrimination in the workplace. A trial court and the 6th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled against Ames. Now, the 6th Circuit is among the courts that had required an additional requirement for people like Ames showing, quote, background circumstances that might include that LGBTQ people made the decisions affecting Ames or statistical evidence of a pattern of discrimination against members of the majority group. The appeals court noted that Ames did not provide such circumstances. So that is just one of the rulings handed down by the Supreme Court. We are going to continue to track the following rulings, of course, and bring you those updates here at Live Now from Fox. But we did just want to get this one in for you.
I mean, they couldn't drag that out anymore. Speaking so officially, well, she won. They did discriminate against her for being straight. That is like a groundbreaking case right there. Next thing you know, there'll be people going to jail for discriminating against you for being white. And that'll be the next thing that happens. It's probably not going to happen this year, though. Either way, next up, we got Elon Musk. Without me, Trump would have lost the election. We're finally going to get into the Elon-Trump feud. You guys have been waiting this whole damn live for it. We're going to play this video. They're going to talk about some of the feuding that has already happened. We're going to show the post that I've been referencing the entire live where Elon makes claims that President Trump is on the Epstein list. And we're going to just read down his timeline and see what's happened since we started the live. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about reverse discrimination. I don't even know why they call it that. So stupid. Captain Seamus, I didn't think about that. I'm here to chew ass and kick bubble gum, and I'm all out of ass. I didn't think that far ahead. That's a good catch there, Captain Seamus. That is so funny. Oh, Russ, I wish it was Saturday. I can't say anything about that today, but you're on to something. Captain Seamus, real men use ranch as lube. I have never heard that before. I'm not living my best life is what I'm hearing. What's up, Puffin Stuff? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, I'm not happy with SCOTUS lately either. I don't know. They're kind of back and forth. Sometimes they rule on things that make sense, and then other times they don't make sense. They seem ass backwards. Sage Pup, the LGBXYZ group is a bunch of Nazi racists. Deport them. Yeah, that's right. Where are you going to deport them to, though? I don't think anybody wants that stuff. Nobody wants those problems. Thank you, Kirk Allen, for joining us over here on Rumble. What's up, Faded? Happy freedom to you. Faded, damn, I chose quite a time to pop in here. Jeff's over here talking about orange wieners. It was in the tone of Elon, okay, Faded? What about me? Okay, I ain't never seen the presidential golden wiener, okay? I've never seen it. I've never had the pleasure. Talking about Elon. Holy. That's real news, Faded. That's the important stuff that we cover around here. That orange wiener. We need to know what's going on at all times. The Rosa, don't you need a job to get demoted? Well, I think they had a job. We're supposed to get promoted. They gave it to somebody else. And then the job they had, they got demoted from. Probably for bitching. I've been at a few jobs where I've seen people go to HR to bitch about something and then get punished for what they're bitching about. Because they don't want to fix their problems. They just want to stop the bitching. Especially in factories. That is very much how factories are. Managers will run that place into the ground. All the workers will go up there into HR and bitch about management being piss poor. And then those workers get demoted or fired or laid off or their schedule gets suspended and they end up working one day a week or something stupid like that, trying to force them to quit. Because if they get fired, then they get unemployment. So they force them to quit by giving them a shitty work environment, and they focus on that instead of actually interviewing management and realizing that management fucking sucks and they're the reason that the company is failing. But factories suck like that. What's up, Rad? Happy freedom. What's up, Publius? Happy freedom to you. If Trump, Cash, and Bongino can't get it done, nobody can. And we are all so screwed. Yeah, I think that's what we're figuring out. Elon's kind of blackpilling us today. What's up, Brenda? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Alex King? Happy freedom to you. They had WWF cartoon with Roddy Piper in it. I've never seen it. Wait a minute, would you say it was WWE or was it WWF? WWF, interesting. I'll have to look it up after the live. What's up, Tactical? Happy freedom. He thought he'd be given more power than he had. Talking about Elon? What's up, Mac Daddy? Happy freedom to you. Alright, hooligans, let's move into this. Like I said, we got a video we're going to watch about Elon and President Trump feuding. And then we're going to pretty much scroll down Elon's timeline on X and see what's happened since we started the live. This video is titled, Elon Musk saying, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election."
Back to aim and
Stirring up all kinds of shit. Alright, hooligans, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Back to Eamon Javers, we do have some more news. The White House, Eamon.
Yeah, Scott, this is blistering criticism now from Elon Musk on social media, just responding to the president's event in the Oval Office a short time ago. Elon Musk posting on X, his social media platform, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate." He goes on to post two words, "such ingratitude." Now that follows on President Trump appearing in the Oval Office alongside the Chancellor of Germany. The president saying that he would have won Pennsylvania without Elon Musk. He was doing just fine. And the president, by his own terms, very measured in his criticism of Elon Musk. But he did say that Musk was for his big spending bill until he came out against it after leaving government, and that Musk had been totally briefed on that spending bill before he left government. Musk taking to social media during that press availability to say that was false. He had not seen the bill until after the fact, and it was done in the dark of night. So an erupting political controversy and sort of political fisticuffs, I guess is the way to describe this, between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, two figures who are just enormously powerful figures on the world stage, who were joined at the hip politically from the summer until last week, and now a major fracture here between the two. The president was, as I say, fairly measured in his criticism of Musk by his own terms in the Oval Office. We'll see if that holds for the rest of the afternoon. Scott, back over to you.
This really is an incredible...
Okay, so that's some of the feuding that has happened up until that point. That video is 4 hours old. Since then, Elon came out with this post. It says, "Time to drop the really big bomb." President Trump, tagging him in the post, is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. So that's, like I said, when we got to this point, that's when I stopped feeling like this was fake. I feel like that's like a really shitty thing to say if it's not true. And if it is true, I kind of want him to drop some receipts here. But either way, this is what his timeline looks like right now. Playing this clip here, showing Trump hanging out with Epstein and stuff like that. Obviously, it's really old. You can tell by how young Trump looks in this video. He's kind of on a tirade like this. The Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. Now he's talking bad about Trump tariffs. I don't know what this interview is about. Let's see. The relationship between Trump and Epstein is well established. This is more content that Elon is reposting, kind of tying President Trump to Epstein. President Trump versus Elon. Who wins? My money's on Elon. Again, promoting the fight here, so it keeps shit stirred up. Oh, let's see. So Elon, again, being bent out of shape, it says, "In the light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately." So now decisions are being made because of this feuding going on. I'm quoting President Trump here. And then this right here, again, Elon claiming that President Trump is in the Epstein files. That's why we have not got the files yet. And then he commented underneath his own post saying, mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. And again, this is all feuding and stuff like that. So there was a suggestion in here. I must have skipped past it somehow. But there, unless he undid it, which maybe he did. Oh, I guess this right here. President versus Elon. Who wins? My money's on Elon. Trump should be impeached and JD Vance should replace him. And Elon says yes. So for everybody saying that Elon is calling for President Trump to be impeached, I assume that right there is what they're referencing. And the feud continues. So that's that about that. Either way, next up we got Manhunt intensifies for father suspected of killing his 3 daughters. This is an awful story. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about Elon Musk feuding with President Trump. Russell, Trump forgot to give Elon the reach around. Is that what happened? He seems really bent out of shape. 10 man, wow, this isn't good. Yeah, it's not. Mac Daddy, try not to piss off the richest man on the planet. Yeah. Well, and like I said earlier in the live, they were saying that he's a drug addict and all this stuff when he was leaving the White House, and Trump and them were trying to downplay it and act like that's nonsense, you know, to even speak like that. And then Elon left the White House, and now he's acting like this. And he's like a scorned girlfriend or something like that. He's totally bent out of shape for no reason, but his radical behavior, again, could point to him maybe being under the influence of drugs and stuff like that. So I don't know, it doesn't look good, and the infighting always looks bad. The left is loving this right now. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it, but yeah. 10 man, always remember, with money comes power. Absolutely. Russell, welcome to the family feud. Yeah, they're breaking up. At least we don't have to wonder who's getting us in the divorce, right? We know that, like, it's Trump's president. So Elon, he's going to have to leave. Trump gets to keep the house, gets to keep the kids. It's unfortunate, but at least we don't have to wait for a custody battle. We know. We're staying with Dad. 10 man Musk can't control his emotions. Yeah. Mac Daddy, it has something to do with the tax bill. Yeah, well, he was originally pissed because there's so much spending in the tax bill that it undermines everything that Doge did. It makes it seem like Doge didn't do anything, and that was the original reason he was pissed. But Trump is saying that it has something to do with the electric vehicle mandate. That being cut has Elon Musk all pissed off, and then the feud started, and then Trump said something about not giving Elon the subsidies anymore. He gets government grants for building green energy vehicles and stuff like that. And Trump was like, well, if you want to save money, then maybe we should cut your grants, which is Elon's direct profit, because his businesses don't make profit. The grants he gets from the government because of his businesses are his profit. So Trump is basically threatening his income directly. And now Elon's off the deep end. Jeffro, I back Trump but still respect what Elon has done. Yeah. Born to eat toast. Breaking Zelensky to lead peace talks between Trump and Musk. That is hilarious. Holy. For the Texan, I read it on an article saying that Doge left drugs and all other shit. What do you mean left them? Like, where they were hanging out? Sage Pup, Elon's a pothead, but that's cool. Well, he talks a lot about how he's prescribed ketamine and that he uses ketamine and that the use of ketamine prevents him from being susceptible to depression and stuff like that. But people feel that he abuses it. And who knows what else. He has connections to everything. He's got more money than everybody, so he can get any drugs he wants to. Tony Rez, wild and weird times we live in. It's true. Told to care Elon is being childish. I think so too. I think if Elon is bent out of shape, that like if he's directly pissed about Trump and he's trying to turn people against Trump, it sounds like he needs to have a conversation with Trump or get over it. One or the other. Now, if he's been out of shape about the bill and stuff like that, he has the right to his opinion. But to say that Trump is a pedophile, which is basically what he just did, I don't know. I don't know. Because, like, when that lawsuit starts, that's more bad news. The blue team is going to grab that and say, look, red team is suing each other and shit like that. So, like, I don't know. It's not good. Sage Pop, what if Elon and T-Man is doing a psyop, trolling everyone and being smarter than the animals? There's a lot of people saying that this feud is fake, but it just seems like, I don't know, slander seems too much, but that's just my opinion. Kirsten, Elon's being an asshole. I think you're right. Happy freedom to you, Kirsten. Kev Seamus, Musk didn't care about the EV mandate, subsidies going away. He was on record saying that. Yeah, but now it seems like it's being done maliciously. Just in the last 24 hours, they're all bitching about it. Edward, Musk is a government contractor? Yeah. Zero, you think the feud is fake? Sage Pop, Elon and Trump just need to hug each other and cry it out. Yeah, I think you're right. The Rosa impeach the orange. I don't know. I don't think Trump's going to get impeached. I know they keep talking about it. I just don't think it's going to happen. Not yet. What's up, Mav? Happy freedom to you. Elon just used the drugs that Hunter Biden left. Yeah. Well, and we covered the press briefing. I don't know when it was, a couple days ago, or maybe it was yesterday. I can't really remember. But Peter Doocy brought up the AutoPen stuff. And what I didn't realize he was saying, because he was like, this one's got a real signature and the other ones don't. The one that has the signature, the handwritten signature, is the Hunter Biden pardon. So if the AutoPen investigation actually leads to consequences, like they undo the pardons that Biden did, Hunter Biden would still be pardoned, because that was one of the only ones that was signed by hand. And he was the only person that wasn't supposed to be pardoned. And so I just realized that today, and I was like, damn, no matter how the AutoPen goes, Hunter Biden is pardoned. What's up, Mills? Happy freedom. What's up, Chris? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Guy? Happy freedom. Oh, tactical. Yeah, I'm going to look into it. I'm going to look into Roddy Piper. We've talked about him before. We talked about him when I first watched the movie, and we talked about it in the voice chat over on the website. But I'm going to look into him and see what other content he's got. Mac Daddy, I thought we already knew that Trump was either on the plane but never went to the island. Yeah, Mac Daddy. Well, we do know that. We got the flight list or the flight log or whatever. We know Trump was on the plane, but he didn't go to the island. But the way that Elon is saying it, he's making it seem like Trump was a client. He's not saying he was on the flight log. We already have the flight log. He's saying the reason we haven't got the files we haven't got is any of the evidence of people doing bad things and the client list. And that's what everybody's asking for, is the client list. And so Elon's saying the reason we haven't got those files is because Trump's on them. And so it kind of makes it seem like he's not talking about the flight log because we already got that. He's talking about stuff we haven't got yet. And so it's like he's directly pointing fingers, calling Trump a pedophile. Like, that's what it looks like to me. I don't know. I don't know. Connecting all the dots, that's what it's looking like to me. Either way, we're going to move forward here. This next one is Manhunt intensifies for father suspected of killing his 3 daughters. Now, this is an awful story. And for some reason, they continue to bring up he's ex-military or whatever. He used to be in the military. He's got mental problems, but somehow still was given visitation custody over his kid of some sort, all of his kids. And he took them, left, their bodies were found. They don't know where he is. And this is just a tragic story in general. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Welcome back. In Washington, the search for the father suspected of killing his 3 young daughters is expanding and intensifying. CBS News correspondent Chanel Cole is in the newsroom tracking the story for us. And Chanel, what is the latest on this manhunt?
Well, Mugo, it is now day 5 of the search for 32-year-old Travis Decker. As you know, he is accused of kidnapping and murdering his 3 daughters, 9-year-old Peyton, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 5-year-old Olivia. Their bodies, Mugo, were found dead in a remote campground shortly after they were reported missing. This happened on Friday. Local police say a woman called in reporting that those 3 young girls had not returned after a visit planned with their father on Friday night. Today, Mugo, we're learning more about that man. Deputies now releasing some new photos and video surveillance of him, including this video that I want to show you. And what you see here is ring camera footage the day he picked up those 3 young girls, his 3 daughters. That was the last time that they were seen alive, Mugo. Authorities now say Decker is someone who is a former military member. He had extensive tactical training, and they're unsure at this point if he's out and armed. Here's more from Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison.
We have learned so far through our investigation today that he is well versed in outdoor survival. And talking with his father, it sounds at times that he would go out and would be living off grid for sometimes up to 2.5 months.
And I also want to talk about just how broad and expansive the search for Decker is right now. The U.S. Marshals Violent Offender Task Force is now working, Mugo, with the local sheriff's office, the FBI, Homeland Security, and Border Patrol to try to find this person. The sheriff also, Mugo, says the autopsy results are expected back today, and that may give authorities a better sense of just how long Decker has been on the run for.
Yeah, the story will just never make sense to me. Chanel Cole, thank you for that reporting.
Okay. So like I said, it's just really a tragic story there. It says that he was in the military. He's very knowledgeable about surviving outside. Sometimes he would go out and live off grid for up to 2.5 months. Most people are not capable of doing that, especially if you're complacent and you really enjoy TV and your couch and shit like that. So this guy, I don't know, dangerous. He's dangerous. A lot of people are questioning, like, what's wrong with the court system? If he's out of his mind like this, why did they allow him to have, unsupervised visitation with his kids and stuff? Supervised visitation would make sense because, they're his kids and whatnot. But if he's barely capable of taking care of himself, why would you make him responsible for children? So I don't know. A lot of people are questioning that. It's unfortunate. The kids are already found dead. Now it's just about finding him and charging him with 3 counts of murder. Sad story. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. Of course, it's lefties losing it. This one's titled CNN Host Called Out for Misleading the Audience. Imagine that. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this terrible story here. Captain Seamus. I got a bad feeling that it's something weird, like he found out that the kids weren't really his or something. It could be. What if he just thinks that? Because they're saying he's got, mental issues going on. It's hard to say. Zero, they'll find his body somewhere once he realizes what he did. It could be. Definitely could be. Russell, that dude has survival skills. Think Rambo. If he's not dead, it will take a while to find him. Yeah, and yesterday we were talking about the sheriff or whatever who's on the run, and they're saying the last time somebody broke out of their facility, they couldn't find him for a year. And then this guy, who's not just the average guy, somebody who's capable of living off grid and stuff like that, who knows if they're even going to find this guy? I think it's going to be like Zero saying when they find him, he'll just be dead. Kirsten, how absolutely tragic. Absolutely. Pumpkin, so sad, poor babies. Yeah. Friedrich Texan, good luck finding a ranger. Yeah. Yeah, there's no winners here. It's just a bad, I don't want to say it's a bad story. It's a tragic story is what I'm trying to say. Puffin stuff, his truck was left behind. I think he possibly took another vehicle and campers. Yeah, definitely could be. He's shedding himself from anything that can tie back to him. Kirsten, they want chaos and death. 30,000 children are lost. Think about it. I thought there was more than that. I thought it was like 500,000 children were missing or something, like 300,000 or something from the border. Maybe we're talking about different things. What's up, Giggling Spy? Happy Freedom. The mother was trying to stop his unsupervised visits. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that are in the comments saying, like, what is wrong with the courthouse? Jeffro PTSD connection? Could be. Kirsten, any person who can kill children should be put to death. Yeah, I agree. Kirsten, if they had any dirt, it'd be out. I think so too. I think that if President Trump was really at the island, the Democrats would have already put that out there. They were trying to do all that stupid stuff with the lawfare and all of that, and it wasn't working. It would have been damning to his own fan base if they would have put out that Trump was actually at Epstein Island. He would not have won the election if they actually had evidence of that. So I think you're right. I think if he was at the island and they actually had evidence of it, they would have put that out a long time ago. Kirsten, maybe it is 300,000, but it's an unreal number. How can this happen? Yeah, it is really crazy, and they never talk about it. They never talk about it. Rappy, how could anyone do this to their own kids? Well, that's like Captain Seamus is saying, maybe he found out they weren't his. Or like I was saying that, maybe he's having a mental fit. Maybe, he's off his rocker somehow. Maybe he saw him as a threat. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. Zero, yeah, normally the courts don't side with the dad. I don't know if they sided with him because he's in the military or what. But yeah, normally the court doesn't give a rip about, what's going on with dad. They act like dads don't have any rights. UX, murder is murder, right to jail. I don't care how old you are. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Mills, he won't live to trial. It's a good possibility. Tactical, Elon has Asperger's disease. Yeah, somebody else was saying they think that's why he's raging out the way he is. You would think somebody would text him, though, and be like, hey, Elon, you should shut the fuck up. You should stop doing that. You should cool off before you go out there and say stuff about the President of the United States. You should chill out. Next thing you know, he'll be writing numbers in the chat like, whatever his name was, the ex-leader of the FBI. Captain Seamus, or it's a complete setup and someone has him in their sights. That's interesting. Like they're framing him up. I don't know. He came to the house and picked the kids up. It'd still be his fault, I would think. He had the kids in his possession. They ended up dead. I don't know. It's a terrible story, though. I know that. Giggling Spy, yeah, Washington State is usually awful to dads. Oh, I believe it. Kirsten, he's disconnected from reality and God. Yeah, absolutely. Told to Kira, some things don't add up with this tragic story. I agree. I assume we're going to have a follow-up with this. I really think that he's going to be found self-deleted, but I assume we are going to have a follow-up with this. Either way, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. This is Lefties Losing It, and this one's titled CNN Host Called Out for Misleading Their Audience. I mean, that's hardly breaking news right there. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties Losing It, and we've got some gems for you tonight. Let's start with the Democrats finally realizing they have a problem with young men. Yes, young men have abandoned the party in droves, and the Dems think they have just the woman to lure them back.
As the saying goes, if you're not at the
the table, you're on the menu.
Yes, that's Democrat operative influencer Olivia Juliana, and she loves young men. She loves the frat boys, and she thinks she understands them and how to bring them back to the Democrats.
I spend a lot of time on college campuses, and I spend a lot of time with
young men.
I love young men. I love frat guys. And in that, I realized, like, even the ones that identify as conservative are almost always pro-choice. They're almost always pro-gay marriage. You'd be surprised at the number of them who supported Black Lives Matter.
Yes, I'm sure conservative young men are huge backers of the neo-Marxist, anti-American, anti-police movement known as BLM. And I'm sure this will see them return to the Democrats in huge numbers.
I'm angry that the ocean is on fire in 3 different places, and we have billionaires who are racing to see who can get to space faster. The same billionaires who don't pay their workers fairly, the same billionaires who don't pay their fair share in taxes.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Now, here is a law professor and wife of MSNBC host Chris Hayes, Kate Shaw, who decided to lie or at least mislead Senator John Kennedy from the great state of Louisiana, and that was a mistake. Big mistake. Huge.
You said there are some members of the Supreme Court that are evil. Which justices were you talking about?
I'll take it your word, Senator. I don't recall using that word, but...
All right, here's what you said. You were talking about the majority opinion in Muldrow v. City of St. Louis. You said, quote, Justice Kagan, will she be able to control the opinion's future distortion by her evil colleagues? Probably not, end quote. Who were you talking about?
Sir, I'm very skeptical. If there's a transcription, it was probably a transcription error. I do not think I said...
No, you said it. Why don't you own up to it? Which you call some of the members of the Supreme Court evil. Now, which ones do you think are evil?
I would have to refresh my recollection. I've been very critical of some members of the Supreme Court.
You made that statement, aren't you?
I'm
you're an officer
it doesn't sound like something that I would say.
You know what I'm embarrassed at? That you're teaching our kids.
I don't refer to Supreme Court justices as evil in the classroom,
on
sir.
Your podcast, April 22nd, 2024.
Okay, well,
Big as Dallas. And you're an officer of the court, and you're here advising us to be respectful to federal judges, and you say they're evil members of the United States Supreme Court? Gag me with a spoon.
Gag me with a spoon, indeed. How many times did she lie or mislead there, claiming she never said it? It was a transcription error. It's not language she'd use. Well, Professor Shaw, as the kids say, here is the receipt. And by the way, she said this only last year.
Good result. Deftly constructed opinion by Justice Kagan. Will she be able to control its potential future distortion by her evil colleagues?
Now, this is how you handle the leftist activist media. You do not allow them to play linguistic games. Don't allow them to obscure the truth by using their preferred terms that are inaccurate and designed to manipulate. Watch Stephen Miller on CNN give a masterclass on how you handle these activists.
An undocumented migrant sent a letter threatening to kill the president, promising to self-deport after the assassination. CNN reporting shows that investigators believe the migrant was set up. It was a victim of a setup. What is the administration going to do now? And this is an undocumented immigrant. I do want to note that. But this was someone who came forward, was a victim of a crime, and now law enforcement believes he was set up. Go ahead.
Well, I want to clarify what you mean, so we're talking about the same thing. Are you saying this immigrant was here illegally?
Yes, but I am, and that's why I said that. I clarified that.
You said undocumented, and I wasn't clear what that means. I'm assuming they have a fake ID. I'm assuming they have a fake social security number.
That's neither here nor there. That's getting away from the question, Stephen. I want this to be, and call me naive, a good faith discussion about what's happening right now.
But when we use language that's designed to obscure the truth, that's not good faith.
An illegal alien
is an illegal alien. They're not an undocumented migrant.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, that is fine. Don't let the left play these word games to deliberately conceal the truth, to manipulate. Remember, he who controls the language controls the masses. Don't be controlled. And the lawfare with the Democrats has never stopped. It didn't ultimately work in stopping President Donald Trump from being re-elected, but now that he is in power, the Democrats are again using and misusing the courts and Democrat-appointed judges to undermine the president's power and to usurp the will of the American people. Here is Democrat Rep. Laura Friedman explaining it all.
Every single week, we have a litigation working group where a large group of us, and I'm talking there's maybe 75 members of the House, sit down every single week with the AGs to talk about legal strategy. This is all going on every single week behind the scenes. It is nonstop talk, nonstop introduction of bills and legislation.
Joining me now is Newsweek's senior editor-at-large and Article 3 project senior.
All right, lefties losing their marbles there. Just another day. Really, it's just another day. Like I said, that is the last little bit of the news I have for you hooligans. We're going to get into the fun stuff in just a moment. We got an unboxing of sorts coming up because, let me see if I can show this. Meta sent me something. And then we will be opening today's drawer of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. We got 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled, Don't Defend Them. And our official funny video of the day is titled, Phrasing. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing their marbles. Russell, Rita is awesome. I think so too. I've seen a couple of people hate on Rita, more about her appearance than anything else, but I don't know. A lot of people like Rita. And Kennedy. Kennedy is hilarious. Russell, gag him with a spoon. I know, he is so funny. You guys are smoking that buffalo. She's like, I like young men. I'm like, yeah. If a guy was on TV saying that, they'd be calling him a pedophile and shit. Sarah, was the phrasing one sent by Get Some? No, I actually found both of these videos out in the wild. I haven't heard from Get Some. I hope he's doing okay. Metal Mouth, you're assuming that lefties have marbles. Well, that's true. That's true. Energy Woman, I like Rita. I didn't know her name. She's so funny. The only reason I know is from all you hooligans in the chat. Somebody's talking so much shit. My left ear is ringing like crazy. Somebody's just bad-mouthing me terribly right now, according to the ringing in my ear. Stoner, I like Jamie Kennedy. Who is Jamie Kennedy? Jeffro, I love Kennedy's take on cars running off rainbows and unicorns. Yeah, he's hilarious. Bill Clay, you've been X'd. I don't know. Somebody's talking crap. Oh, I appreciate you, Kirsten, speaking that sense in the chat. Jeffro, I love our great Senator Kennedy. He talks on my behalf daily from Louisiana. Yeah, he's awesome. He is awesome. James, one lady wants to be gagged with a frat boy. Yeah, she's praying for it. She even went on TV to tell everyone about it. What's up, Cyberpunk? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Boost of Flames? Happy freedom to you. She looks like she could miss a few hundred meals. They call her the fridge on the inside. Yeah. Totally care. Frat boy predator alert. I know. She was speaking like a predator. She's trying to prey on those young men. Stoner Malibu's most wanted. Who? Oh, Jamie Kennedy. Let me look it up really quick because I got to make sure. I haven't seen that in so long. I should put that on the wish list. Yeah. That's a good one, Stoner. That is a good one. Bill Clay, Jamie Kennedy had a show where he would prank people and the punchline was, you've been X'd. Oh, really? I didn't know that. He was trying to compete with like Ashton Kutcher's Punk'd or whatever. The only thing I know him from is Malibu's Most Wanted. I don't think I've ever seen anything else with him in it. Snooks, that's me whispering in your ear. Can you whisper quieter? Because I'm hearing loud ringing. What's up, Meta? Happy Freedom. What's up, DB Cooper? Happy Freedom to you. Kennedy is awesome. I agree. What's up, DP? Elon got to know me enough to never allow me back on X again. X is such a weird place because some people really think it's a free speech platform and they can say whatever they want because every time they say whatever they want, nothing bad happens. Other times people will quote somebody else and they'll get the ban, even though that they're quoting somebody that, you know, something that they didn't write themselves. X is such a weird place. Jerry, John Kennedy's the man. John Kennedy 2028. Could you imagine John Kennedy being the president? It's nice having a hilarious president. President Trump is really funny. I think it'd be crazy having John Kennedy as president. Wayward, I sign as a frat boy. You gonna take on that Buffalo? I got faith in you. $10 on Wayward. All right, hooligans, we're going to move into the fun stuff here. Like I said, we got an unboxing of sorts, and then we'll be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. We got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into that, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Well, I got this letter here from Meta. Let's see. Holy. Throwing gifts at me. Klaus Daniels here. The cat toes. You get the cat toes for free. Let me see. What does this say? Happy Freedom. Hope this helps, Meta. Well, thank you so much, Meta. Really appreciate you. Let me see. Is this right side up? It is right side up. There you go. Look at that. Awesome. Thank you, Meta. I appreciate you so much. All right, let me put all this somewhere safely. All right, we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. We're getting down to it. I think we only got 2 doors left. Yes. And then we got the Pokemon Advent calendar from Zero coming up next after this. Today is 23 out of 24. I wonder what I'm going to get today. I don't have yesterday's sitting here. I always put them in the fridge. Yesterday's wasn't that bad. Yeah. What we got today? Ooh, this one's got some real red color to it. This is Passionate Pepper Punch. I think we got one of these, but I didn't try it. You know this isn't going to be okay. Passionate Pepper. Look how dark red it is. This is going to make your butthole bleed. I already know it. We should try some. We should try some. Let me see if we can get this open. Maybe. To keep these things sealed. Lottie-dottie. You ready to try some hot sauce, Klaus Daniels? It changed your life. Mm-hmm. It ain't gonna change your gender though, so don't start voting Democrat. It ain't gonna work like that. All right, let's try the sauce here. Passionate Pepper Punch. It doesn't sound good. Okay. Holy, it's everywhere. It's kind of got a taco sauce look to it. All right, hooligans. Cheers. Oh. The bite is so bad. Oh. It is so peppery and smoky. It is so smoky. Holy shit. I ain't got nothing to drink. I ain't got nothing to drink. Oh, it's so hot. I don't know how to say it. It's all bite. Oh, it's all bite. Oh, it's hot. It is hot. It's It's all bite. What did it say it was? Passion and pepper punch. Right in the hoo-ha. Oh, okay. Thank you, Tory Wayne. Appreciate you for the hot sauce. Holy. Okay, moving forward here. We're going to get into our first funny video. Oh, we're going to try it. Hold on a second, Batman. I ain't ready. Jesus loves us. First funny video of the day. Oh, this is titled, Don't Defend Them.
Say what you will about pedophiles, but at least they drive through school zones slower. I am Kevin Spacey. Welcome to my TED Talk.
You're still going. Don't defend them. Oh, wait. All right, getting into our official funny video of the day. We're going to try if I can make it. No, hold on a second. My whole mouth is on fire. This is titled Phrasing.
Look at this license plate. Why would they do this? It's ridiculous. It say suck 33 D.
That is not what it said. That is not what it said. Anyways, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. Grab this Linktree link really quick. We're going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. Oh, and then we're going to be trying to raid again. We'll see how that goes. It's so hot. It is so hot. I don't even know what to compare it to. My lips don't want to touch each other. My tongue doesn't want to sit in my mouth. It's hot. Okay, hooligans. There's a Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience a live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Oh, it is so hot. Okay, so we're going to read through the chat, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. And like I said, we'll be doing a raid here at the end. Oh, God, it's so hot. Look how red my lips are. Is too much. It's too much. Anyways, read through. Oh. Zero Lumpy Potato was live. We'll see who's live here in a second. We could raid Lumpy. He's cool. Don Jr.'s live, but I bet, I don't know, it seems like all the big people, we can't raid those channels. Who? Russell, yeah, I don't know. If that guy could read, his life would be a little easier. She didn't suck no 33. That's not what that was. Tory Wayne, he did not succeed. You are right. I'm happy freedom to you, Tory Wayne. Oh, it's so hot. Snooks, men don't have hoo-has. I don't know. I don't know. Kick me right in the hoo-ha. Russell, kicks like a mule and bites like a crocodile. It does. It does. Tory Wayne, did you make a mistake? It's hot. It wasn't as hot as that yellow sauce. That habanero sauce or whatever we had, that was... I'm never trying that again. That was hot as shit. That was something charm. It was not charming. It wasn't charming at all. This, again, like, what is this called? Passionate pepper punch. Bam. Right to your throat clitoris. That's what it is. It's rough stuff. Snooks, you're a brave man. Or I'm stupid. It's one or the other. puff stuff. The taint. Yes, it ruins it. Thank you, Pumpkin. You're the bestest. Appreciate you being here. Kirsten, your mouth is moving different. I know. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm about to file for disability. Jesus loves us. Too old to care. Burn, baby, burn. It is. It's burning me badly. It's a plastic quack. Happy freedom to you. Rolling Pony, you need almond milk or something. Yeah. I've been thinking about getting that Fairlife milk. I've tried it before and it was pretty good. But if I'm going to be eating hot sauce, you know, I should probably invest in that. Jeffro, get some bread. I don't even buy bread. Pumpkin, it hurts so good. It does. Rolling Pony, giving hot sauce to a lactose intolerant Jeff. A new form of cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah, it's not quite waterboarding, but we're getting there. My lips are actively burning. What are you trying to say, Meta? I think Kick is cutting you off. I can't tell what you're trying to say. It's like I got to keep talking because my mouth is on fire. It is ruining me right now. Yo, crap, thunder in the morning. Yeah, Jerry, I don't know what's going to happen. It's not good. Wayward, I think they assume that you would gain more from the raid than them. Maybe. The raid is supposed to benefit whoever we're raiding, but people are... I don't want to keep calling them ungrateful. I feel like that's not the right label. But they just don't give a shit that we're raiding them, and I don't like that. Because I always think it's awesome when we get raided on Rumble. I got to be specific. The feds are always fucking watching. They're like, yeah, you think this is great? Mm-hmm. Snooks, get ice. Oh, I bought ice. I forgot. I'm going to tell you guys. Oh. How's Daniels? Keep the troops entertained. You guys were telling me to get ice because I was eating hot stuff. And we got that hot chip coming up. And I've been bracing myself for it because we might do it on Saturday. Maybe. I don't know. But when I went to Walmart, I got this thing. And it's got ice in it. Because I put ice in it. I told you guys, I wasn't that kind of white. I never had an ice tray in my life. I got this. This wasn't exactly what I was looking for. But it was advertised as being able to put ice in water bottles. And I'm always drinking water bottles. So I was like, yeah, this is the way to go. So look at, I'm like you guys. I got ice now. It's like I'm wealthy. I'm one of you. So when we eat this hottest chip, whenever we decide to do that, we will have ice. Anyways, reading through a little bit more, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. 10 man, don't eat that chip. We might try that. I don't know. I got it sitting somewhere. I think I put it in the kitchen. It might be what we do instead of Coffee with Hooligans Free Speech Saturday, but I really don't want to miss out on the memes. And so I don't know. I'm still deciding, but somebody bought the chip. I think it was Tory Wayne bought the chip. We're going to have to do it at some point. Who? Tory Wayne? Yeah, that's how it's going to be. Born to eat toast. Who else has touched near your eye after handling peppers? Yes, do not touch your face. Handling sauce or peppers. I've done it while making hot sauce. Touching peppers, cutting stuff up, getting everything in the blender, trying to figure it all out, measuring vinegar and all that stuff, and then touch my face. And then as I'm like blending it, I'm feeling my face is on fire from touching the oils and the peppers. Yeah, you don't do that. Don't touch your wiener either. That's, you know, just saying, ladies, you gotta be careful when you wipe. You wash your hands before and after. That's how it goes. Anyways. Stoner, the hot chip 6 clip challenge. Well, that's coming up. That's in the Hooligan Olympics. Yeah. We dip the chip clips in hot sauce, then you apply them. Then you got to run a mile around the block without catching a criminal sexual conduct charge. It's hard, but it's worth it. What's up, Trumpster? Happy freedom to you. Teasel, he's on fire. I am. Oh, I appreciate you, Wayward. Thank you. Everything Fairlife has half the sugar of regular milk. However, I hear they mistreat their cows. I really like that milk until then. Not a big milk person anyway. I'll have to look into that. I never heard that before. Everything. Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. It is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My lips hurt. It's I don't know. It's hurt me. This passionate about hurting me. That's what this sauce is about. Anyways, reading through, just make sure no hooligans are left behind. We got to figure out who we're raiding. Like I said, Don Jr. is live. I highly doubt he reads the chat, though, and that's no fun. Lumpy Potato is live. Let's see. He has been live for, they're not going to tell me. Since 1 o'clock? No, he ain't been live no 5 hours. What is this? Come on, Rumble, tell me how long he's been live. Can I collapse this? Oh, I can. He's just been live forever. Well, whatever. We're going to raid Lumpy Potato. Oh. I think he's playing Helldivers. He might be. It's been no, he's not. Not unless they changed a lot of shit. No, he's playing Dune. I was going to say, Helldivers... Whew. Just came out with an update. It's supposed to be badass. Either way, we're going to do this raid real quick. Let me read through first. Appreciate you being here, Matt Rogers. Thank you, Tori Wayne. Plasquack, yeah, we're going to raid Lumpy. He's cool. He's a cool guy. Oh, he actually just ended the live. That's why I couldn't get the time. It just ended. We're going to have to find someone else to raid. Thank you, Crazy Times. Appreciate you being here. Damn, Trumpster, that's badass. Hey, thank you, Jerry. What's up, Danny? Happy freedom. I don't like when mommy and daddy are fighting. It'll be okay. Like I said earlier, we already know who's getting us in the divorce. Trump gets to keep the house and the kids. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. All right, let's figure out who we're going to raid for real this time since Lumpy just dodged us. Why won't the heat stop? This is never-ending hot sauce. Did Willy Wonka make this? I just need to breathe with my mouth open. There we is. Who else is live besides us? It's hard to rate other people when we're like the coolest cats out here. Food addiction exposed. Nah, that's great. You keep that to yourself. How the left destroyed Black America. Is there anything good on? Everybody's talking about the Trump feud. I'm not... Are you hooligans suggesting anything? Because I am not seeing anybody worth... I don't want to say it like that. I don't want to be shitty to people. I'm not seeing anybody that would be grateful for our presence. Tori, when you got bad luck? I do got bad luck. Captain Seamus way too cool for school? I don't know. I mean, what is this girl doing? You guys like girls? She's got 28 people. I mean, why not? I don't know. How bad could it be, right? Red-pilled American just dropped in. I don't know if he hangs out with us or if it's a different one. Let's raid this girl. That sounds terrible, but either way, she's playing the game. So let's do the thing. Brain. Let's see how it goes. Now, I don't know who this person is, so it's going to go however it's going to go. And that's okay. All right, hooligans, let's do this raid.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The plumpest. What?
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 I didn't say man.
What do you mean? Jeff, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. How's your stream?
Wait, I thought they cleared him black.
Happy Thursday. Grinding out some MW3 right now. Oh, does he have that? Hi! Happy Thursday.
So much
Plastic? Oh my god, this is the one me too. Does he have this? Yikes. Yo. Honestly, games are pretty good. I've been playing for about 7.5 hours of just COD. COD literally all day, so not too bad. Hi, Pumpkin. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate that. Hi, Plains. Thank you so much for the follow.
Let's go. Oh, Ace.
All right, that was a successful raid. Glad we could cheer her up on her 7 hours of gaming or whatever she said. Couldn't be me. I get pissed off at that game. I'd be screaming and cheating. Bastards is cheating. I either win or they're cheating. That's how. If you guys have ever watched me play the game live, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Either I'm winning or they're cheating. Either way, I appreciate all of you hooligans. Thank you for making that a successful raid. She seemed cool. I went and followed her. Why not? Out of all the assholes we've raided, she seemed pretty nice. Either way, we are going to be wrapping this up. Patriot Roy, raid from the hooligans. Yeah, blast. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. Well, like I said, we are wrapping this up. We will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news and making the news suck a little less. Go out there and enjoy your day. Go find yourself some good food. I'm going to try and do the same. But like I said, make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.